Hi, my name is Faith and I'm a Survivor faithful, and today I'm going to talk about Survivor Season 48, the finale. In my last video I talked about how I was feeling a little iffy about this season, but I have to say I'm really happy with this finale. I honestly felt like the final three was all very deserving, and spoiler if you haven't finished the season, I am so happy that Kyle won. But let's take it from the very beginning of the episode. We started off with like a mini challenge right before the immunity challenge. I honestly love that it ended the same way it started, with having the signs on the trees and having to decipher the code. I could not believe that Eva won that advantage. But as we saw in the immunity challenge, it didn't matter because Camilla killed it. She's the ultimate underdog and she was my winner pick this season. To me, she just represents someone who you should never give up on yourself, always believe in yourself. And as someone who's also really difficult on myself, I found her really relatable. At first I thought Kyle and Camilla were making a mistake by voting out Mitch, but clearly it worked to Kyle's advantage. So unfortunately, Mitch was voted out and we have our final four. Joe and Eva on one side and Kyle and Camilla on the other. I have to say, I personally am team Kyle and Camilla. Then we got to my favorite challenge ever. For the last immunity necklace, they did Simmotion. I just recently learned that a lot of people don't even like this challenge, but it's one of my favorites ever. My palms literally sweat when I watch people do that challenge. Then we see Kyle won, he decides to take Joe with him, and it's Eva versus Camilla in the fire making challenge. I was hoping and praying that Camilla would win, but Eva was the one who took the dub in that challenge. I just thought it would have been so iconic to see a Kyle and Camilla face off, and as we saw in the reunion show, everybody admitted that they would have voted for Camilla over Kyle. I was cracking up when Eva dropped all that lore about her past and what she does. And then we have Kyle stepping up and admitting that he's a lawyer. And Joe's like, I'm still the dumb fireman. I have no secrets. In my opinion, this is probably the most deserving final three that we've seen in a long time. I really feel like there was no GOAT of someone you wanted to take to the end because you knew you could beat them. I feel like all of them genuinely had great speeches. They all played pretty different games except for arguably Joe and Eva, but even then, Joe played off of his strength and Eva found a lot of advantages throughout the season. In the jury speeches, Camilla set Kyle up for the dunk and he took it. I really feel like the two of them describing what happened with the Shaheen vote out is what sold the deal for Kyle. I just think he nailed it, and in my opinion, he played the most strategic game. I was thrilled that Kyle won. I think he represents the new era really well. I did feel bad for Joe in the end. He just seemed really down throughout the whole reunion. I just feel like he didn't speak up for himself very much in the final tribal council. I don't know if a lot of it was edited out or if he truly just felt the need to stay silent. But even in the reunion show, he just looked a little upset, and I don't know if it's just his calm demeanor or if he really felt some sort of way. As I said, all in all, I thought it was a great finale, and I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm gonna be making a couple videos about season 49, season 50, because there's so many exciting updates coming. And as always, I'll keep you updated on all things Survivor.